Time to keep the channel active fragrance-wise. Recently I did a Tom Ford private blends, actually layering the fragrances, trying to keep it a little bit more fun. So that episode, if you even want to call it that, I did tobacco, vanille, amber absolute, and Tuscan leather, some mixes of that. So today I'm going to do some mixes with tobacco oud and lost cherry. So anyway, what did I think of Tuscan leather and tobacco oud? Well, like most mixes, layering blends that I've done. And again, this is just me doing one for one. I know some people are like, oh, I did 3 sprays of this and 1 spray of this. You know what, dude? Too rich for me, dude. Just Tom Ford stuff alone, just a little bit of this is too much money for me. So this is just 1 to 1, okay? But anyway, as usual, Tuscan leather pretty much overpowers everything. I feel like when you just do it 1 to 1. But Tuscan leather and tobacco oud, did it bring anything out in the fragrance? Well, you know, some people when they smell Tuscan leather, they actually get kind of like almost like an asphalt kind of smell, like very smoky almost with the leather. I do think that when I mixed Tuscan leather and um, tobacco oud together, it did bring out a little bit of a almost burnt rubber kind of smell in the background because it does bring out a little bit difference of harshness in it. So it brought out a little bit of that. I guess it makes the scent feel or smell potentially a little bit more novelty, which I appreciate novelty factor in fragrances, right? Because it does smell a little bit more, smoky and almost a little bit more of that charred wood to give that sort of outdoors, almost fall kind of aspect or smell to the fragrance. But generally speaking, Tuscan leather, whenever you try it, it just kind of overpowers everything. So personally, I don't think not a combo. This combo, the combo beat, the combo beat was not real, dude. I don't think I would do this one. I'd rather just wear Tuscan leather. What did I think of tobacco vanille and tobacco oud though? I actually like this one. This one actually, I would say this would probably be one of my top if I'm thinking of actually chocolate fragrances because it really brings out the chocolatey nuances in tobacco vanille, I think actually. Like if you compare, say, when tobacco vanille combined with Tuscan leather, it really brings out a lot of that cherry kind of smell and a lot more of that buttery tonka bean and tobacco vanille and amber absolute really brought out like a molten kind of sweetness. This really brought out a almost incense smoky sort of chocolate smell. I like this one. Tobacco vanille and tobacco oud mixed together is nice. I think it makes the scent more rough, a little bit more, slightly more harsh. But because it's a little bit more rough, because it's a little bit more harsh, I think it also smells potentially a little bit more even sexy as I try to play with my hair to look cool for my 2% female viewership, audience, whatever I need. But I like this one, and there's a little bit of a tinge from that boozy factor. Do you know what I mean? But again, this really brings out the chocolatey nuances, makes it more smoky, more of almost an incense. It smells a little bit more harsh because of tobacco oud and that burning kind of wood. A little bit of that tinge from that whiskey. This is, besides the price, smell wise, I like this one. I like this one. This one smells good. What did I think of Lost Cherry and Tuscan Leather? It kind of just when I put these together, it kind of just gave a little bit of, again, Tuscan Leather always seems to overpower everything, but it really just made it feel like Tuscan Leather with a little bit of cherry to it. I guess when I was trying Lost Cherry, I might have to like fiddle with the mixes more or something like that. But I mean, I guess it blended well together if you want to say that. But maybe it blended too well or something. Maybe Tuscan leather blends too well still because it just overtakes everything, dude. This smelled okay. Would I wear this? I guess I would wear it, but again, money is such a crazy thing. I just feel like Tuscan leather. Why don't I just wear Tuscan leather? And the funny thing about Tuscan leather is I've said this many times before. When I do call it like a taste test. It's not really like a taste test, but like a smell test, right? When I've done like smell testing with girls, which I guess, because that's what most people care about, I guess, but when I've tested fragrances like that in terms of that aspect, Tuscan leather isn't something that generally I find people like, oh, that smells amazing. But when I've actually used Tuscan leather in real life, people tend to like Tuscan leather. I've gotten, unsolicited compliments, believe it or not, from Tuscan leather. So, sorry. I actually just had to do another COVID test recently, but I'm sure it's just sick people stuff. But sorry for the boogers. Hit that like notification. Hit the subscribe button. Support the boogers, dude. Anyway, what did I think of Tobacco Vanille and Lost Cherry? Definitely something I'd have to try again. I feel like maybe I wasn't mixing it correctly the best as well. But what did I think this brought out in this? I was surprised that Tobacco Vanille, I didn't feel like overpowered this per se. What did I think this really brought out though? I think this made, I would wear this. I think it smells good because I'm always looking for a good cherry scent. You know what I mean? I don't think that this, I think that this made the scent smell more, I don't want to use this term like loosely. It made it smell more like a generic. What the fuck? What English word am I looking for? It made it smell more like a generic kind of cherry tobacco scent. And that's not like in a bad way, but it smelled more like usually what brands do when they do like a cherry tobacco, or a niche brand does like when they do like a cherry tobacco scent. Like it didn't necessarily smell like the black cherry that you just get from Lost Cherry, that black cherry Merlot, or whatever it is. It didn't necessarily smell like the cherry kind of smell that you get in Tobacco Vanille, that kind of cherry tobacco. It kind of smelled just more like the more kind of common. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, but it smelled more like the sort of what is a more expected kind of cherry tobacco from a fragrance, right? That's what I really thought it brought out. But the thing is, I love cherry tobacco scents. I guess it doesn't feel as special because of that, but I do think it mixed well. A good smell is a good smell, so it worked. But I do think it made the scent maybe potentially not feel special anymore, but something that I would try again, I suppose. But anyway, those are my first impressions of some of those blends. You know what I mean? Trying to keep the channel active with my lion's mane. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this hair, dude. Like I said, I told myself I wasn't gonna cut it till COVID was over. But if COVID is gonna last the whole year, dude, I don't know if I really wanna. I don't know if I want to go a whole year, but anyway, trying to keep the channel active fragrance-wise, doing something a little bit more fun, blending kind of stuff. But yeah, thanks.